Hi, I'm Dr. Will Horton of the LiveFree online addiction recovery training. Now, I want to tell you some statements I hear. I'll stop drinking or using after the holidays. It's too hard to stop now with all the parties and celebrations. I'll control myself and then start new the next year. Now, these are statements I hear a lot, and each time I hear them, it brings me deep sadness. Why do I feel sad when I hear this? A lot of reasons. Several years ago, right before Thanksgiving, I did an evaluation on a man who came in for his drinking. When it came time for him to sign up, he said he would right after the holidays, and he would just control it until then. The second week of December, he had a car accident. Now, while he was slightly injured, the other person became paralyzed. Now, he had to serve jail time for his accident and his DUI, but to this day, he's racked with guilt and remorse. A few years after that, a young mother came in due to family pressure because of her addiction to pain pills. It had gotten out of control. Now, during the evaluation, she finally admitted she had a problem, but she was not going to leave her babies and go into treatment since she was not that bad. Well, she was found dead of an overdose. Apparently, she'd taken her usual dose of pain pills, but the glasses of wine she had at a Christmas party put her into overdose. Her husband found her on the living room floor as he was getting ready to go to work when she had not gotten up to help get the kids ready for school. Now, the last story really cuts close to home as it happened to friends of the family. Now, my friend's child knew that he shouldn't be out drinking during the holidays, or really any time, especially as a child of people who had addiction problems that ran in the family. So he was very careful on how much he drank. What he didn't know was the person with him drank much more than he thought, and they had an accident. This car skidded off the road, and a fence post came through the windshield and impaled him. He suffered brain damage and other damages that left him paralyzed at the age of 17. These are the sorts of stories that are all too common. But when people put off getting the help they need, there's no guarantee that the addiction will not kill them or someone close to them before they get the help they need. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the consequences of holiday drinking and drugging, if you will. Now, according to the Surveillance for Violent Deaths, the rate of suicides, violence, drug overdoses, and automobile accident increases significantly during the holiday time. Now, the majority of these accidents are directly related to drug and alcohol abuse, especially by individuals who are trying to deal with the stress brought on by the holidays. If one already has an addiction issue this time of year, it makes it even more difficult. Now, in a study from the Centers for Disease Control, it was discovered that most suicide victims also tested positive for illicit drug or alcohol use directly before their deaths. Now, according to the study, the following things were related to overdoses and deaths during the holiday season. 33% of all cases involved the consumption of alcohol. 16% of suicide victims tested positive for using opiates. 9% had used cocaine prior to their deaths, and 8% had recently used marijuana. Now, there's no question that alcohol is a contributing cause to a number of unintentional injuries, including those injuries from a car accident, because we all know it will impair a person's judgment and may put them at a higher risk of being injured or even dying. This is not only a danger to the person consuming the alcohol, but also others who are with them on the road or in the car. I also want to talk about accidental overdoses. There are quite a few accidental overdoses during the holiday season. There are a lot of reasons for this, and they're pretty simple. Number one, people use opiates, heroin, or other narcotics from unknown sources. Maybe they're out of town, and so they get it from an unknown source. So some of the accidental overdoses are a result of someone merely getting their dosage wrong or taking too much at once, or it's much stronger than they expected. Now, the holidays are also filled with alcohol. Of course, the presence of alcohol leads to the temptation to drink. And we all know that drugs and alcohol do not mix. Now, many overdoses are due to combining it with alcohol, as people who normally don't drink during the holidays, and of course, that can add to the overdose problem. Also, people who drink are much more open to using drugs, so the cycle continues because alcohol lowers your resistance. And we also have to remember there are many powerful drugs, and mixing it with things such as cough syrup, over-the-counter medications, even some herbal products may cause an overdose. Well, the good news is you can get the help you need right now at home on your own time, at your own schedule. You can get better where you live. So there's no reason to put off getting the help you need now. This leads to a few stories on why now can be the best time of the year to get the help you need, or to get the loved one the help they need. It's also why we at the LiveFree training does it the way that we do it. I got a call from the parents of a young man who was in law school, and although he was doing well, his drinking had started to interfere with his progress. Now, he didn't want to stop law school, nor did he want anyone in the school knowing he was seeking help. So I got the call asking if I could help him via Skype since he was not coming home from the holidays. Well, we started in the middle of December. He not only stopped drinking, but was back at the top of his class, his law school class, the next semester. And he'd since gone on to a very nice legal career. I also had a young husband come in as he was worried about his wife's drinking. Her one glass of wine had morphed into a whole bottle every night. I said generally it's better for the person seeking help to come in themselves. But he bought her a gift certificate for the program. And then he built it up during the holidays, telling her it was the best gift he could imagine giving her. Well, when she opened it, let's just say she was not happy. Well, he informed her that she would have to use this or they would have to reassess their marriage. She was furious, but he had the insight and the love to insist. Tough love sometimes is tougher on the people doing it. Well, she came in reluctantly, but started, and after some time realized she was becoming the kind of person she did not like due to the drinking. Now, the last story is of a young professional woman who'd started a serious relationship with another young professional man. But she felt his drinking was starting to get a little bit out of hand. Now, she was the child of an alcoholic, and so she started to see some of the warning signs. She told me that he said he wanted to get help, but he couldn't take time off from his new career. And he also worried about the stigma it might have in the industry he was in. When she suggested outpatient, he resisted, saying he was on the road a lot, especially at those last-minute business trips. Now, she knew I did remote sessions, since I'd helped a friend of her lose weight remotely. So she got her boyfriend a gift certificate and arranged for his first sessions to be live, one-on-one, the day after Christmas. Well, that morning, I got a call right before the session was supposed to start. She said he was angry that she thought he needed help. He could do it on his own, he said. Well, when I asked what she wanted to do, as a refund really wasn't feasible since I'd scheduled and came in on this special day just for that session. She said she decided at that instant that she was not going to stay in that relationship because she feared she'd wake up in 10 years bailing him out of jail. So she cut ties. Then she did something amazing. She asked if I would take the sessions that she'd paid for and use them for people who wanted the help but could not afford it. She said it was the best use of money she could think of for the holidays, the gift of helping someone else get the help that they wanted. And she also realized she was ending a relationship that was going nowhere. Now, we at LiveFree are here to get you the help that you need. We want you and your loved ones to get better, to get the help they need at home on their own schedule. So let us help you. Call today, 844-454-8724. That's 844-454-8724. Or visit us at www.livefreetraining.org. Now, I look forward to hearing from you soon and have a great holiday season. Thank you.